I'm so excited for you to watch this video. Before it begins, I wanted to let you know that if you want to take your art skills to the next level, click on the link below and check out my premium courses. Hi everybody, today I'm really excited to show you how to draw texture we're going to just be using a marker. But you could use a pen or a pencil, whatever you want to draw with. And you don't have to draw these squares, you could draw circles, but I'm going to show you some simple techniques. I'm gonna flip this upside down. You can use hatching, cross hatching. I call this scrumbling. Stipple, it's just a bunch of dots. And we're just gonna try some scales, and then I'll show you how to create value with those. There's a lot of really cool illustrators and artists that use this technique to add values to their artwork. And you can find those books in the PDF that I attached, but it's really fun. And think about also what kind of textures you might want to be creating. Maybe you're drawing something like this bumpy, scaly skin. Or what if you want to draw something like this really soft and furry thing? These textures are going to help you in your drawings, whatever you want to learn how to draw. Let's get started. Grab your paper and your marker. You could actually use a pen or a pencil if you want to as well. And what we're going to do is just draw 6 boxes on our paper. You don't have to draw a box. You could draw circles if you wanted. I just like to draw boxes for some reason. But if you want to do this inside of circles or any other shape, that is totally fine. And they can be different sizes if you want. It's up to you. All right, inside of these boxes, we are going to create different textures. And the first one, I call it hatching. This could be the texture of grass or fur, many different things, and we're just going to be using lines. Just short lines, almost like you're just like scratching the paper. Like porcupine quills or grass. This could be so many different things. Also, hatching lines can be long or short. They don't have to be short like this, but they also don't have to be really long. So just fill in that square with just some hatching lines. This next one's one of my favorite ones. This is cross hatching. So it is exactly what you would think. We're going to draw some lines in here going diagonally up and down where they could be going straight. And then what we're going to do is draw lines that cross them. I might even bend it. This is great for like some material, like a fence. Lots of really cool things. It reminds me of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I'm adding more on this side to just make it look like it's kind of bumping in. So it's cross hatching, and you could do it small too. It doesn't have to be these long lines. This is another one of my favorites, and this reminds me of the fur on my neighbor's dog. His name's Hudson, and he's curly fur. So it's almost like you're drawing like C's, just these little curls. This is called scrumbling, and there's so many different ways to do it. But it's a great texture for hair, especially for curly hair or like curly dog fur. Works really well for that. Probably some other things too. So that's scrumbling. So you're just curving the line in that. Like I think of it as making a bunch of C's, the letter C. And in this one, we're going to do something a little bit different. This is going to sound like rain. This is called stipple. This is where you make a drawing out of dots. And there's some really, really amazing drawings where they use this. In the Wall Street Journal, they always have different head cuts or like drawings of people's faces. They're portraits, and they make them using the stipple technique. So it's just all dots and lines. And when they want it to get darker, they just put the dots closer together. And when they want it to be lighter, they put them further apart, like up here. So we could like make it look like it's kind of curving in on the ends. So that's stipple, and this is just a texture that could be on so many different things. A piece of fruit. Lots of things have this like kind of porous texture too, or where things are kind of coming up. And this one, let's do something fun. Let's go ahead and draw some scales on this one. Maybe it's fish scales, maybe it's snake scales or dragon scales. You could make these kind of pointy or round. I'm gonna make them round just because it might be a little bit easier for you to see. And then what I'm gonna do is start in the middle of those. So put my points in the middle, and the same thing with this line. Put the points in the middle, and same thing here. So we're just making these curved lines like a U, a shape of a U, and we're just adding it. So this could be scales, it could be a lot of different cool textures. And in this one, I just want to talk a little bit about shading when you're using texture. So we kind of did it up here, but for some people, it's not like you can press harder. Instead, you're going to just put them closer together. So let's just do a little test here. So let's draw some lines going straight up and down in this square. And now we want to make it look like these lines are going in here and then coming out. So we want this to look like a 3D shape. How we're gonna do that is we're just gonna put them closer together on the ends. So I'm gonna add some more and then let them get further apart as they come to the center. So it kind of gives it's called an illusion of like it's kind of going like that and curving. Like it's a curved shape that's lighter in the middle. And that's it. How did it go? I hope it turned out well and you learned how to draw a few different textures. What I want you to do now is try to find something in the space where you live. Try to find 2 to 3 different textures and draw them. And you can just draw them in these squares, or if you feel like maybe you're more advanced, maybe you want to actually draw those objects, like draw the dinosaur with the scales, or you could draw one of your stuffed animals and try to give it fur. It's totally up to you what you want to draw, but find something that you're interested in and try to add texture using these different techniques: hatching, scrumbling, cross hatching, or stipple. One thing that I really like to do actually is to create portraits using stipple. So they're small, but sometimes I even use tracing paper over the top, and I just use stipple, and I put the dots really close together where it's dark, and I move them apart where it's light, and it's kind of a fun way to draw. So you can do that as well. There's so many options with this project, but enjoy it and have a wonderful day.